What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Retro, and I'm back with another video. Now, I know this is kind of a different type of formatted video, considering this is a old Call of Duty video. Because if you know, you know, I started off as a gaming channel, so that kind of implemented in its own way. But at the same time, we're still here, we're still dropping bangers, we're still doing what we're doing, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So you guys know kind of where my head, well, you don't know where my head's at, considering I haven't really talked about it yet on here. Um, I will be talking about Jey Uso losing his World Heavyweight Championship on this week's Monday Night Raw. And let me tell you, I did not expect this to happen, but at the same time, I'm not surprised, considering Jay's whole thing with this World Heavyweight Championship is just focusing on everything that doesn't have anything to do with the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's the point where Gunther was trying to get at. You're concerning yourself with business that has absolutely nothing to do with that World Heavyweight Championship. And, you know what I'm saying, you got bigger fish to fry than helping Cody try to beat John Cena and Logan Paul, and then helping Sami Zayn, knowing that he's probably going to go after your World Championship too. It's just, you have so much other fish to fry than to worry about that. Like, you are Jey Uso. You just won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, one of the biggest stages ever. So anything is better than, you know what I'm saying, trying to worry about anything that's not even related to the World Heavyweight Championship. So I am not surprised by that, and hopefully Jey learns from this if he does somehow win the championship back. If he doesn't turn heel yet, which I won't be surprised either. But at the same time, it's kind of what he needed. But what I kind of wanted to touch on today is, where does Jey Uso go from here? Now, we all know he's a former tag team champion, a multi-time tag team champion, and former Intercontinental champion, and now a former World Heavyweight champion for 51 days. But at the same time, bro, we all know Jey Uso is very, very much talented. No matter what anybody says about him having 3 moves and, you know what I'm saying, him being overrated, like, he is a really talented wrestler, and nobody's ever going to take that away from him. But what we really have to get at is that he has multiple ways to go from here. And like I said, that's kind of what I want to touch on. Maybe he, you know what I'm saying, he wants to go back with his brother for the tag team championships. Maybe we lead more towards a heel turn with Sami by bringing him back close with Jey and making them a tag team, having them go for the tag team championships, you know what I'm saying, at SummerSlam, and they lose, and then Sami turns on Jey, and we all know everybody that Karrion comes in contact with, they just end up going heel and having different directions, and they sometimes end up being successful. Like the New Day, like, you know what I'm saying, Karrion Kross was, messing with Xavier Woods and Kofi and stuff like that. They ended up, you know what I'm saying, turning heel, doing what they did to Big E, and now they're tag team champions, and they did it at WrestleMania. And there are a multitude of other examples of this, like Drew McIntyre and all the praise that he gets right now. That was the first guy Karrion Kross beef with and stuff like that. And Sami, like, if you think about it, nobody looks out for Sami. And I've touched on this before. Like, Sami Zayn is a character where he looks out for everybody but himself. So it's like, it will kind of be inevitable when his heel turn comes. No matter who the person is he turns on, or, you know what I'm saying, how anybody else wants to flip it. His heel turn is inevitable. But let's kind of switch this back to Jey Uso now. There are multiple ways he can go from here. Now, he's a world champ. He's a former world champion, so he's automatically entitled to a rematch. Hell, that's the reason that, you know what I'm saying, Gunther got his rematch. But yeah, but what if he does indulge himself with this whole Seth Rollins feud? He could be a possible guy to kind of, cause Seth Rollins his thing if Roman Reigns is not the one to do it, because they have unfinished business, and it's just, we don't know what to expect when it comes to that area, especially when it comes to everybody having a problem with Seth Rollins being Mr. Money in the Bank and all the enemies Seth Rollins is creating. What if we can see Jey Uso indulging himself in that era. And also the Intercontinental Championship. We all know that he could probably easily win back the Intercontinental Championship, and he can, dominate in that space and do his thing over there. But it wouldn't really make sense to me. But at the same time, let's get back to that Jey Uso possibility and going after the tag team championships and the many opportunities for banger matches there. Considering, we got Penta and, Ray Phoenix on the roster, they could possibly team up and have a dream match with the Usos. We can have another New Day versus the Usos for the tag team championships, and they can win them back like that and stuff like that. They can, the tag team division is heated. It's heated in a way where we all didn't think tag team culture was. And on top of that, with the New Day saying that they elevated the tag team division and they did this and this and that. Like, in the New Day, the Usos can easily make a statement saying that, we beat you guys the last 3 times we're in the ring with you. So, like, they can have an easy rematch, And the Usos are the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. But the New Day, they have won more tag team championships than any other tag team in WWE history. Like, they have 13 tag team championships together. They are definitely the most decorated tag team in NXT history. Not NXT, WWE history in general. Why did I say NXT? But yeah, that's kind of where I wanted to get at. Like, the endless possibilities. And I don't want anybody to take this whole thing like with Jey Uso as like a downgrade. Like, do I think he should have had a more fortunate and longer title run? Yes. And I feel like his dad's obviously going to feel the same way, and he does. And there's a clip of him, on Twitter getting mad that his son doesn't get the recognition that he deserves as a champion and as a guy that's over. And he feels like the people who booked Jey Uso's title reign should be fired. Take a look.
I feel that those are writing for this kid, his storyline. You didn't do him justice. You didn't feed this champion right talent to be able to continue to make this champion. Not a fair shot in my eyes. So you go 51 days. I say fire. Fire those that are writing for this kid here. If you can't come up with something simple to promote and push your champion, that you, not me, you decide to put this kid in that position. And then that's it. All of a sudden, the brains don't went, just cloudy, like you can't write. You can't think of an angle for Jey.
Now, he has a very valid point. It's like Jey Uso in the story he has, especially with the bloodline, he is extraordinary. He's an extraordinary character. And I feel like there should be a lot of more long-term writing and a long-term storytelling with Jey, considering his story and, just, and his dedication to what's going on. Like, I understand a lot of people disagree with, Jey Uso in some of his matches, and a lot of people do feel like, he shouldn't have got the opportunity that he did at WrestleMania. But, hey, I wanted John Cena to win that Royal Rumble. I didn't expect Jey to win. But at the same time, John Cena still had the Elimination Chamber. He still had, all these things. Anything could have really happened, And Jey Uso has been working for a long time. Like, everybody been wanting him to, everybody wanted him to win Money in the Bank last year. Did we forget about that? Y'all were hype about that. His face was on the cover and everything. A lot of people, most majority wanted LA Knight to win because, they missed out last year. But I'll touch on that in another video. But at the same time, at some point, like, they wanted Jey Uso to shine. They wanted Jey Uso to win a world championship. So I don't understand the whole thing with just people, just counting Jey out and stuff like that. He is a really hard worker. But I do get what Rikishi's saying. But I do have to disagree with the fact that, like, firing people. Because, like, they probably have a bigger thing for Jey. Because, he has been helping too many people. And, like, people probably just don't see him as world champion world champion material right now. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think that Jey he was a bad champion. Because I know Jey, if he got the chance, would be a fighting champion if he was given a fair booking opportunity. But I feel like they just have bigger fish to fry than to have Jey as a champion right now. But that's just my opinion, though. And, you know, and I feel like Rikishi should take into consideration a lot of the opportunities that are in place that the internet is saying. Now, I know he's kind of disappointed, but, you know, this is still Jey Uso, one of the greatest tag team competitors of all time. And, you know what I'm saying, extremely talented, extremely over with the fans. He has a long career ahead of him, so let's just not count that out. So that's what I kind of disagree with him on, but, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. He has his opinion. You guys know what it is. And, yeah, hopefully he'll kind of heal from that, you know, because I know Jey, like, he's a really talented character, and I know I said this like 3 other times, but you know what I'm saying, I know Jey will come back from this, and he knows he has options. Jey is one dude that does know he has options. But that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.